And from that, you can analyze. You can realize like I'm fresh and new. So
Yeah.
where do I start?
Yeah, no, great job on doing your diligence, doing the research, and just keeping up with the content to get more information as you're considering moving forward to that investment. Now, Mr. Professional Booth, like I'm just going to give you feedback that I received from the hundreds of other photo booth business owners. And I think you mentioned some things as far as appeal, attracting, and clients. And so all those keywords go hand in hand. It's appealing, it's attractive, and it's really truly about the presentation. You don't need an expensive camera, like you said. It's about actually working with the equipment that you have. So do you need an actual photo booth to get started? Truly, honestly, you don't. You can get started as a roaming photographer and you can start building your clientele that way. Can you get a mirror booth? Yeah, you can go all out and get a mirror booth or a 360 video booth, but it's all really going to be about your lifestyle that you want to live. You know, a 360 video booth is heavier. Logistics is a little different. Mirror booths are the same way. So it's just about what fits you and your mission and your goals, your financial goals, especially. So I don't want to, I think that, like you said, you watch so many videos. I don't need to say the great things about it, right? You yourself can actually see it and be like, this booth is probably not for me. It's not for me. Or you can say this booth is one that I consider is probably going to be in my top 3, right? So I'm not here to convince you on what you should do. It's just, for me, it's just giving you enough information so that you can actually analyze that, digest it, and see what you want to do as an individual. Believe it or not, I've had individuals where we get on a phone call and they don't buy it. And they don't buy it because I kind of pushed it towards them not buying it. Reason why is because I felt like they were going to be buying it for the wrong reasons. Then I told them, just because you have a beautiful booth doesn't mean you're going to get more clients. If you already have a 360 booth and you haven't figured out your marketing strategies, you buying another booth, it's just, I don't feel that it's the right move to make right now. I tell them, like, it's much better if you have that 360 video booth that you currently haven't already invested in, have that booked on a weekly basis, and that'll be a positive indicator that you figured out the marketing part of the business, and therefore now you can start scaling gradually. So you don't need extra lights. Once you have Mr. Professional and the flash head up above, you have more than enough lights. You don't need extra lights because that flash is, the Godox MS300 is 300 watts. And so when it comes to flash, you don't need to spend extra money on extra lights or have any lights next to it, making it look a little bit tacky. We don't want that look. So just the booth alone with the flash head up above and the ring light should suffice.
Oh, okay. So that booth, I think when we pick whatever iPad we're going to use, and then it comes like the iPad section is like more customizable or something.
For the iPad, you do have the option to go with a 10.2, a 10.9.
I noticed that.
So for that see, if you already have an iPad and it's a smaller iPad, honestly, I would say wait until you can get a 13-inch iPad or a 12.9-inch iPad, because the aesthetics, the way it looks in the overall user experience, because it's a much larger screen, it just looks so much better, right? Now, if you have an iPad, if you have a 10.9 and you're saying, David, I don't want to spend $700 on a brand new iPad. I have an iPad 10.9. Then I would say, okay, we'll move forward, get the 10.9 faceplate. Down the road, you can always upgrade the faceplate. So that's not a huge deal breaker.
See, I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. I was just like, wait, what are they doing? Customized? Like, my brain is everywhere. But I'm glad you just pointed that out. And I'm just like, I'm happy to speak to the man himself. Like, this makes me feel good. So I feel like I'm getting somewhere in life just speaking to you, because like I said, your quality speaks for itself. Just the way you even just show how to set it up. Like, that matters a lot for people like me that don't even know how to set that up. Mm-hmm. So I was watching it, and obviously the first thing when I looked at it, I'm like, oh man. But then I said, wait. My goal is to provide premium and quality service. This doesn't mean I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. I'm going to have workers. Mm-hmm. So that's when my brain changed and said, why am I getting stressed out as if I'm going to be doing this all the time? Like, no, I'm going to make enough to have people do it. And that's the goal, right? So I love the easy setup video. I really do value everything you do. I value your time. I'm definitely, like I said, I am trying to, make sure I market as much as I can within the next week or two. And, to see how that, see what it does. I know I'm probably still have to give it some time, but if I can get a few, bookings, I'm definitely going forward with your work, your product, because I like the fact that it come with all that. Do you sell the printer, or should I just like get like a cheap printer? Because I want to be able to offer that service as well.
Yeah,
Like the
down
printer
the
up there.
line,
Go ahead.
definitely. So one thing, it's definitely going to be depending upon your budget as an individual investor, right? Some
Yeah.
folks get started with just the booth alone. Some folks go with like a full blown bundle with backdrops, everything. So it just really depends. Once again, your individual mission is what I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. I think you answered a lot of my questions. Like I said, I know, trust me, this is a lot of free information, and like I said, I value your time and your patience and honesty. Even throwing out that gem about getting, that 13-inch iPad. I appreciate you for sharing that with me, because I'm sure anybody else would have been like, "Oh, just get anything."
Mhm.
So I just wanted you to know I do value your time, and I normally would charge for my consultations when it comes to hair and makeup. So I just, like I said, I really do appreciate it. And I guess once I start seeing things move, you'll definitely hear from me, because like I said, you have basically everything that I want and need. And you do got a good deal. So
Yeah.
I can't beat that. And like I said, I do have to I gotta figure out how to, do that quality as far as the cameras and the iPad. I just want to be able to do that. But yeah, like that. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, in one day at a time. Right now, you're just gathering a lot of information, and that's perfectly fine. All I'm going to
Thank
say
you.
is just stay tuned in. The videos that I put out are videos with intent to help a business owner or someone on the sideline, kind of like yourself, where it's like, okay, I need a little bit
Yes.
more information before I pull the trigger, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So no worries. Like I said, no pressure. Continue just tuning in little by little. I think the Holy Spirit or your inner compass will tell you, okay, it's time, or maybe it's not. So just go off of that.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much, because I'm totally tapped in when it comes down to that, and just spiritually. So I really feel like it's gonna go to the next level, and I can feel that. Like I said, I'm glad I'm speaking to the man himself. So that already makes me, like I said, feel really good, and I already have somebody working on my website, and I have never done the most nice, aesthetic, and clean and professional website ever. So I really am really excited, about doing things, especially with business, a lot different and a lot smarter this time around.
There you go.
So thank you so much, David. Thank you. And if you hear, I mean, there's a lot of genies in the world, but this genie from New York, and you will be hearing from me again. So I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Sweet deal.